Welcome back. Now, Nigeria is set to begin exporting locally manufactured military equipment before the end of 2025, marking a major step towards a major step forward, I should say, in the country's push for self-reliance. The nation's Defense Minister, Mohammed Abubakar, made the announcement during the 2025 ministerial press briefing in Abuja, where he reveals that the Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria is partnering with the Ajaokuta Steel Company to boost local arms production. The minister added that by December 20th now, the firms are expected to be in full production, paving the way for Nigeria's first ever military exports. According to the minister, the move is expected to enhance Nigeria's national security capabilities while generating foreign exchange through arms exports. Take a listen to some of what he said.
The President and Commander-in-Chief have signed the DICOM bill, which I believe you are all conversant with. As of today, 53 companies have an MOU with us. Most of them are at different stages of construction in their factories. I think about 10 of them have started production, including some light drones, MRAPs, pieces, and many other equipments, helmets, safety vests, and others. So 10 have started producing.
Now, the minister also addressed a wide range of national security issues, including the use of drones by terrorist groups, progress in ongoing counterinsurgency efforts, and intelligence on emerging extremist factions. Responding to concerns about reports that terrorists are deploying sophisticated weapons, Abubakar dismissed claims that insurgents possess more advanced technology firearms now than the Nigerian armed forces. Well, joining me to discuss this further is a former director at the Department of State Services, Mike Ejiofor, who joins us from Abuja. Thank you very much for coming on the show. How good a news is this that we plan to start exporting arms to other countries?
Well, I don't know whether it's good or bad news because we have a lot of security challenges. We're contending with sophisticated arms from bandits and terrorists with kidnappers. We've not been able to check our local challenges. Then we'll start talking of exportation of arms. I expected that the minister will now say that we will give more arms or sell more arms instead of importing. Sell more arms to our security agencies like the police, the army. We'll export for what? We will have a lot of problems on ground. It doesn't make sense to me.
Now, something else the minister said, especially, he said something that actually caught my attention. I'm quite worrying, confirming that terrorists now use drones, armed drones, to carry out operations in this country. How worrying is that?
Well, it's worrying, but if you look at the classes of drones, over commercial drones, you have the ones they use for all these cameras and to cover events, and there are classes of drones. But maybe the one is talking of unarmed vehicles. I don't think they have access to that. They could use this thing to carry out surveillance in the area they want to operate to know whether the military is there. But I don't think that's a major problem for us. We have our own capabilities in terms of drones, and we can go ahead and put them to effective use. The minister also in his brief did mention the issue of having a lot of drones and all that. I think a question was raised whether he has whether the people have this issue of arms. I don't think that is anything to worry about. The only difference is that these people you know, they put their own without regards. But our security forces also use their own with standard operational procedures, while the bandits just use their own. I think that's the difference. It's not that they're better equipped than ourselves.
Do we have a situation at the moment where our military lack, say, enough arms now to prosecute the various security operations they are carrying out at the moment?
It's not that we are lacking arms. It's not that we are lacking sufficient arms, but it can never be enough. It will not. You will not compare this with that we are importing arms. I don't think we have sufficient arms in terms of what we are to use. So that's why I'm against exportation. We need to get self-sufficient first. It's like a proverb in my place: you don't carry an elephant on your head and be using leg to dig cricket. We have a lot of security challenges. Our police, the civil defense, you can see the type of arms they use. So we should get them properly equipped and deploy them into all these areas of problem before we start. What are we talking of exportation of arms when we don't have sufficient arms in our hands?
I get your point. Finally, let me ask you, I mean, there are concerns over some new terrorist groups that are springing up. And we've had Lakrawa, there's this other one that sprang up not quite long ago. How concerning is this?
Well, it's a concerning, but I can tell you that the intelligence agency is, that's the SSS, is profiling them, and even before it came to public knowledge, the SSS have the knowledge of all what they are doing and profiling them, and they're working together with other security agencies to bring the activities to a halt before it develops to more serious problems like you have the issue of Boko Haram and other terrorist groups before they metamorphose into a bigger problem. I think we should be able to check them this time around.
And what would be your reaction to, I mean, you saw the way the minister reacted, when some lawmakers in the course of their debate in plenary at the National Assembly came out to say that terrorists were using more sophisticated weapons in our military and that they were better armed. Of course, the minister came out to debunk that is certainly not the case. What's your take on that debate?
Why it appears that they are more sophisticated, there's no way they can be more sophisticated in terms of arms than our security forces, who have an area view power over them. I'm not aware that any of them has a helicopter, even talking of jets. So the arms they are using, what I can explain why people are apprehensive that they are more armed is that they don't use standard operational procedure. Unlike our military forces, they use standard operational, they have rules of engagement, but these people don't have. How do you explain that you just come to a community, open fire, kill the people, burn their houses? The military cannot do that. And if they do that, you see the international community talking of abuse of human rights. But now that they are the people burning houses, killing people, nobody's talking of human rights abuses. So that's the difference. I don't think they're better equipped or better armed than our security people.
And really it would have been surprising that, a terrorist group would be more powerful in terms of equipment now than the army or the military of an entire country. But thank you very much, Mr. Joffa, for coming on the program and sharing your thoughts with us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Stay with us. Don't go away. Opinions are free, facts are sacred, but truth is universal. How, in practical terms, can we, for instance, de-escalate the tension?
President must see himself as the president of the Federal Republic.
We know where the enemy is. 3 places, the Lake Chad Basin, the border area between Nigeria and Cameroon, and then the Sambisa Forest.
On DEJI 360, we give you a complete dose of everything. Opinion, facts, and undiluted truth.
I hardly believe what politicians say in this part of the world.
A new Nigeria is possible, a future is possible.
We delve into the issues, dissect it so that you can understand it, use it to take action.
I don't think there's any need for any governor to look for grant for ranching.
DEJI 360, dissecting the issues.